There we go. What is up, everyone? It is September 28th, 2022, Pro Wrestling Planet Podcast. It's a Wednesday night, and
you know what that means.
That means that your boy, the Brand here, and my man right over there, Big Vito T.
Vito T. And we're talking about Dynamite.
That is going to be the main course of discussion here. That is if I don't ask for my release from this show.
If you do want your release, you have to live out your contract. The whole contract.
Yes.
Whether it be 5 years or not 5 years, or...
You sign the deal. We expect you to honor it, damn it.
Yeah, the whole fucking thing.
Well, before we get into Dynamite, Vito, let's talk about that. You know, there's a lot of stuff surrounding... there's always these stories surrounding AEW, it seems like, every week. You know, it's like it's either this whole, you know, CM Punk suspensions thing. It's like now when that dies down, now you have all this stuff with, you know, all these reports of Triple H trying to call their people asking for their releases. What do we believe and what don't we believe at this point? Help me through this.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's next week or the week after is the 3rd year anniversary show, right?
3 years. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the Cincinnati show, right?
So, yeah.
Okay.
So Tony's had this show for 3 years. And, I mean, up until, 6 months ago, it's been pretty smooth.
Smooth sailing up until this point.
Yeah, it's been pretty smooth. So, I mean, the small ones, Janela, that was a little speed bump. That was nothing major. Janela's a problem everywhere.
Is this what you do, Joey?
Yeah.
This is exactly what I do, Phil.
So this is like, it's going to happen eventually to a promoter. And, you know, you're going to get guys who are going to test you, put you to the limit. Vince has had this company for, 100 years. So he knows what to do. He knows to have a 90-day no-compete clause, and he knows to have all these things in place. Tony's learning. He
went for years without even actually having, legitimate contracts, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Vince went on a handshake back in the 90s.
Yeah, Flair came up on a handshake. It's not like he had a contract. He just came up and just started working. There was no...
Yeah, Lex Luger was on a handshake and then showed up to Monday Nitro on the first show.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Vince learned lessons, you know?
There's a lot of legend around that. But yes, I mean, more specifically, we hear this stuff about... You know, guys like Malachi Black asking for their release.
Yeah, see, that's the main thing that I have a problem with. See, me and you, we do this show. You have a YouTube show and a podcast, and so we get our news from the dirt sheets, Uncle Dave and all those guys. Well, they report stuff like Malachi asking for his release, Malachi's release not coming back to Dynamite because he don't work for the company anymore. He comes out and says, "You're all liars. I still work for the company." You know, out of the horse's mouth. You know, don't trust them. Blah blah blah. You know, so it's like, how do we trust the dirt sheets anymore? What's the world coming to when you can't rely on the dirt sheets?
Well, it's very weird because, yes, I do remember Dave saying something of the sort. You know, I don't know what the exact quote was, but I remember him saying on the radio show that, he wanted to go. I don't remember him exactly saying that he was released at that point, so I don't know. It's just kind of, there's kind of what's said and what's rumored, and then there's, you know, then people just kind of take that and run with that in different ways. I think is kind of what happens there. But
so
regardless, Tony says he's not letting anybody go, so it's like, why are we even talking about it? It's kind of the thing that it comes back to. You know, Tony just kind of like squashed it. Is like, well, like, you know, no one's actually getting released. They have freaking contracts. It's just kind of ridiculous. Yeah. People even asking. So I don't know.
It's ridiculous. It's the age we live in. The dirt sheets.
And then we
ruining wrestling.
We piggy-tailed Malachi Black with the Buddy Murphy thing. Same kind of deal. Same stable even too. So that's what's really weird. But Vito, big Vito team, my man. Let's get into this.
Let's start the show.
This Dynamite show.
Did you hear him say that it's a new era?
I did not.
It's a new era of AEW. They said it like 3 times to start the show. I was like, ooh, new era, huh? I didn't see no new stage or no new anything. Just new era.
It's Moxley era V3, I guess, if anything. Which we'll get into. But this show starts with the Jericho Appreciation Pizza Party.
The Ocho.
Featuring, yet another nickname for Chris Jericho now. He is the Ocho because it's his 8th world title, apparently. And we get, once again, Luigi Primo on our television screens. I guess because it's a pizza party. I guess he supposedly made all the pizzas, so why not?
Yep.
Why not have him out there?
He's the official pizza maker of the Jericho Appreciation Society, apparently.
Vito, this whole thing, I don't know, man. You know,
sports entertainment, baby.
I get what they were trying to do, you know, and I thought that parts of it were really good. But then, like, overall, I'm just like, you know, like, Garcia looked cool in part of it, and then in other parts, it just seems dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
it kind of fell flat for me for a while.
I think they need to do more things. I don't know. They need to do more things.
The bucket hat didn't. It was off.
I mean, beyond the horrible bucket hat. I mean, we had a kid at my high school that we just, you know, wore a bucket hat. His name ended up being Bucket Hat, you know, because it's so, you know, distinguished and special.
Horrible nickname.
But
hey, you want to know what's a good heel move? Tell the audience they can't have no pizza.
Yes.
That's heel, baby.
And then we got a "We Want Pizza" chant.
Yeah. Yeah. If you keep asking for pizza, Anna JS is gonna choke you out.
The problem here, mainly for me, Vito, was, you know, I just don't. Jericho hasn't really done much of anything to Garcia to like merit this whole weird thing. You know what I mean? Like,
no, this fell flat for me. It didn't do anything much for me until Danielson came out,
right?
And then, you know, and then when they mentioned a tag match, I was like, lights on. Now I'm paying attention.
Right.
Before that, I was just like, oh look, there's Anna J.A. Oh man, why she got all those letters after her name now? I don't know.
I'm confused because Daniel Garcia says he wants to be in a tag team match against them and team with Danielson. Yet he's still not out of the group. Yet we still don't have the breakup, you know, like the split apart between them. It just kind of ended like that. I don't know.
You know what I do like about this segment? 2 things I liked about this segment. One,
let's hear some positives, yes, because I was super down on this.
AEW Galaxy, appreciate us.
That was a nice touch.
Dude, I love that. I love that.
Parker gets credit for that, but he doesn't get credit for saying that Philly isn't used to winning championships.
Yeah.
When their football team has won the Super Bowl within the last 5 years or so. What was that, 5-6 years ago? When the Eagles won.
They mostly
Foles.
talked about their baseball team tonight, I noticed.
Well, the
Phillies talked about the Phillies. No one said anything about the Eagles.
Well, no, he said Philly isn't used to winning championships, and I thought that just meant like in general. And I'm pretty sure the Phillies have won it in the last decade or so as well. So I don't know. As a sports guru, that got me upset. But
I thought it was interesting that Garcia got pissed off at Jericho and swung through all of the JAS and hit the pizza guy. I thought that was a good move.
And that's the thing.
Still teasing it.
It's so much like back and forth, and they need to just do it already because I think they've already screwed it up so much.
I'm not a Jazz fan.
I think the Jazz is fine, but I think they're kind of missing the mark with the Garcia stuff.
Now,
people wanted to see that turn tonight, but it didn't happen.
This segment that fell short for both of us led into quite the matchup.
Danielson against Menard here.
Yeah, Daddy Magic.
So you liked this? You thought this was good?
I did enjoy this. What I thought was interesting is Regal says he doubled down on what he said before, how he wants Garcia as an opponent, not as a member of the Blackpool Combat Club. But Danielson has made it clear that he wants him as a member. So
they're at odds.
Yeah, maybe there's something there.
Okay.
But I'm impressed with Menard in this match. I like him. I like Menard.
It seemed like a very like old school, like his heat was like real like old school, which I liked. But it just like it was such an extent. It's one of those things where they start the heat, and then it goes to the commercial, and he has to hold the heat through the whole commercial. They do this all the time. I talk about this almost every week. And that heat spot just goes a little bit too long. So when they come back from the break, the crowd, like you can hear a pin drop. Because it's just like, they're just like ready for that comeback already. You know what I mean? We want that comeback.
Yep. They want the explosion.
And Danielson
Danielson's good at that.
He does his like semi-Hulk Hogan, Hulk up comeback, which, we love. And is great, does all of his kicks and all of his punches and,
Like he gets the yes chant.
All that good stuff, yeah. No, they did a huge yes chant when he came out, too, absolutely. Philly's got nothing but love for the Danielson.
Taz got to say Yambag region. I think he tries to weasel that in every show now. Taz has got to say Yambag.
It's his trademark. It's his puppies.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit!
They accidentally hit some music before the bell. Did you?
It was Danielson's.
It was Danielson's music. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't quite catch whose it was.
See, in WWE, they just ignored it.
They ended up winning.
AEW, they just talk shit about the music guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was funny.
Up winning. The match isn't over yet, guy. Don't hit the music yet.
Claudio. That Claudio spot was pretty funny.
Claudio comes out to even the odds, gets rid of Parker. So yeah, the match was fine.
Went 8:44. Menard
comeback was good. Like I said, Claudio thing was cool. He got a big pop. Um, anything else on that? BV
No,
before we
the
move on?
ending had a nice little flow to it. Got the knee, got the tap out after the knee, went just almost 9 minutes. So pretty good. I liked it.
Well, they do a video package doing their best to explain Juice Robinson, I guess.
Oh yeah,
It's basically.
Juice.
Now, Vito, you mentioned, you've mentioned this a couple times on the show that you don't really care for the eliminator matches. Now, what do you think about guys like this? Like, especially when the guys like not even in the company coming in and getting one. Like,
I would rather. Okay, I thought about this while I was watching this, and I was going to bring it up tonight. So I'm glad you brought it up. I would rather if they had him being if they would have this be an eliminator match like it was, I would have him win. He should have won.
why not,
Now
right?
if they would have him come in and be a world title match, then he loses. If you're gonna say this gives you a chance, give him a chance. Why not?
Yeah, but then Moxley's got to take the loss, though. You know what I mean? You don't want to have the guy take the L in his first match out. So I get the theory of it in a vacuum.
Yeah.
In a vacuum, that should be the theory, but that wasn't going to work here, I guess.
Exactly. But I just don't like that scenario. I don't know why you would put it there. You know what I mean? I just don't understand it. I hate the eliminator thing.
And, yeah.
But you know what I think about every time I see Juice? Now, I separate them because they deserve to be separated because Juice Robinson has done so much in his career, okay? But
CJ Parker.
Is it Sammy Parker?
He was CJ Parker in NXT
CJ
back
Parker,
in the day. Yeah.
And remember, he was Kevin Owens' debut opponent. Remember that?
Oh,
and he
wow. I forgot about that.
He did that clap thing, and he busted Kevin Owens open. Very first match. Yep. Very first match. Busted him right open. I think about that every time. Juice Robinson's awesome, though. I like him.
Maybe that's what got him cut, you think? Go
Possibly.
back and think about that. He wasn't long for the company after that.
No.
They didn't even really try to call him up, I remember. They didn't even attempt to do a call up. They just said, see you later.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Let's see here.
They recapped the MJF Wheeler Yuta deal from last week. They promised us an MJF promo, but Yuta hits the ring first and cuts a promo on MJF. I thought it was pretty dang good. I don't know if he, scripted this out, but he talked better than I thought he could here. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought he did better on the mic this time than before.
Yeah, last week we weren't high on that, were we?
No, but I think what he did, I think MJF might have helped him actually. On this one, I think MJF might have been his little coach in the back before he came out because
right.
He did he roasted himself, roasted Philly a little bit,
Right.
He did
the mock MJF promo is basically, and so that kind of carried the deal. But then MJF comes out himself. He does his shtick, and that worked actually so well that he got an STFU chant from the crowd, which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
You hear all this, him challenging this, becoming a babyface deal, and it was effective here.
Yeah, MJF's a weird case now. He's a weird case now. It's I'm not going to say lukewarm. I'm just going to say weird case.
You bring up
lukewarm's not right because he's red hot. He's red hot, but the audience is he's just a weird case with the audience. They don't know where it's at. Don't know where he's at.
I wish they would just go ahead and do it already, because it just seems like the longer you wait on that, the momentum kind of stalls, and he has to do stuff like this, like in the meantime. But we'll talk about this a little bit more later.
So in this segment, something was said that it was the first time we've heard tonight, but we heard it a lot more later on the show. MJF said these words: "Cash in my check on the Blackpool Cuckold Club." I'm sure he meant chip, but he said check.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't notice there was a flub. He flubbed a couple things during this, actually. Yeah. I didn't write them down, but
check.
He stumbled a few times in this one. It was just like a weird, setup. He came out and he actually talked about how him and Yuta worked a lot on the indies.
I thought that was cool. I like when AEW does that.
Yeah, because you got to give people some backstory,
over there in WWE doing that. You never catch like Seth Rollins telling Kevin Owens that. Remember us back in PWG? Remember our days in Ring of Honor?
unless Nigel McGuinness brings it up on commentary, that is.
No, yeah.
Yuta tries to charge him, but the Ass Boys come out and back up MJF. Now, apparently MJF and Yuta are wrestling next week. So there's that.
Should be a good match.
It should be good. So you don't think so you don't think that this Yuta thing is like bringing him down, like at all? Like, should he be messing around with Wheeler Yuta right now? I think having him wrestle is good. I don't think he shouldn't wrestle until Mox. Right. So he's got to beat somebody. Yeah, why not the former pure champion? Might as well be Yuta. All right, no, I got you. That's fair enough. Mox and CJ Parker. I mean,
I love that he used Austin Gunn as his mouthpiece. Austin Gunn got the save. MJF is better than you, and you know it. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Right. Well, they gotta, at least he didn't mess up the line. I was waiting for him to mess up the line.
Yeah.
Big V, my man. This match, take me through this, your thoughts. Juice Robinson. Actually, before you start with that, I'm going to ask you a question. Did you notice it was awful funny? Now, I may have missed it, but I was trying to listen and pay attention for something. Excalibur, nobody mentioned, you got Juice Robinson in there with his Bullet Club stuff on.
And the Titantron had Bullet Club too.
Okay. But we get no mention of, anything about, of course they don't name drop, Kenny or, Cody or anybody, any of the AEW, they don't they don't link up anybody with Juice really, and they don't sell that aspect. Do you think they did that on purpose? And did you notice?
The thing that I noticed about this whole thing, and that I wrote down here, is multiple times in the match, they said he's a free agent.
Right. Yeah.
Multiple times, like at least 3 times I counted. They said he was a free agent. And the third time I heard him say free agent, just let you know, like we said, he's a free agent. And then I noted that he still had all his Bullet Club gear on and Bullet Club Titantron, which I'm sure that's just the gear he had with him.
Right, but the Bullet Club is an it's an NJPW trademark, I thought.
Yeah. Well, it goes to, it's, you find it on Impact a lot too. It goes everywhere.
Right.
It is the forbidden door.
Okay.
But
It's
I
interesting
mean,
what the politics of that is and who actually owns that phrase.
yeah.
That'd be a good thing to ask Dave or something. Ask somebody. I don't freaking know. So yeah, we get Mox and CJ Parker. I mean, damn it. I don't mean to do this. I wrote it down as like a joke, but I keep reading it as that.
Juice Robinson.
Juice freaking Robinson. Vito, take me through your thoughts on this. This was all right, I suppose. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, Mox got busted up during the pip. That's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, he bit
why
him.
they would do that.
He did a biting spot.
Is that what it was?
He bit him. I don't know if that's how he initially got busted open, but that's like how I noticed. They were doing like Juice Robinson was like biting him, and I don't know how Juice got busted open, but.
So the only thing I remember from this match is them calling Juice a free agent and also saying MJF can cash in his chip at any time.
Right, yeah, MJF is up there.
That's
with
really
the chip.
all I remember about this match.
He's up there with the freaking poker chip, looking like a complete dork. The chip has got to go, bro. It's got to go.
And the finish was very fast.
It came in a really weird. Fast? It came in a weird spot, but that's just that's Moxley's MO. He's on a mission to not have anything that resembles like a WWE style match. So it's like they were like right in the middle of like, it wasn't even like a traditional like comeback spot, and then just all of a sudden it was like. Bam, bam, bam. He does like the kick thing and then puts him in the arm bar and then it's over.
Yeah, drops him and it's gone. Not even a Death Rider.
Right. He's just determined not to like work like that anymore, which is a damn shame because he could work that style so well. I'm not saying he has to always do that, but it would have been fun to see him do that in this match.
This match went 10.5 minutes, 10:32.
All right.
But I don't know. It just, I just don't remember much action from it because they kept taking me out of it. They kept saying he's a free agent and MJF can cash in his chip anytime he wants.
It was fine.
Like, that's weird to me.
And it was actually good because Juice, since he was like fighting so dirty and heelish, it actually makes Mox look a lot better than like when he's working with somebody like, like a face Danielson.
I did like the beginning.
Who's not going to cheat. Yeah, he jumped him at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really good.
And, is it even a match if Moxley doesn't bleed? Can he say that he even wrestled a match that night?
I'd like to go back and check how many in his last 20 that he didn't bleed. I bet you it's a very small number.
If he doesn't get busted open, it's like it's like one of those things. Everybody drink when everybody drink.
The post-match stuff was more entertaining than the match. Honestly, that's a hot take right there.
What did they do post-match? You didn't write it down.
Hangman came down.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, the Hangman
came
stuff.
Down,
I did write that down.
Threw his wallet on the ground.
Yes.
Threw his wallet down. That means business, baby. That means something about to pop off. MJF says, no. Not doing this right now. That's my belt, don't mess around. And then...
he might cash in the chip.
Then Yuta knocks MJF into the cheap seats. That's the time you want to buy the cheap seats. Is when Yuta's going to knock MJF into him.
He was right there.
Those are $20 seats right there. Just saying.
Now, when they started fighting in the press box up there, I was like completely ready for someone to go off the balcony, since they were in Philly. I thought that would have been a nice touch, but maybe they're saving that spot for Darby during the Rampage taping or something. I don't know. But so apparently there's this match is booked for a Cincinnati Tuesday Night Dynamite. It's the anniversary.
Tuesday Night Dynamite?
He said something about a Tuesday Night Dynamite. So they're getting moved because of an
I'll have to
NBA
look
game,
into that.
maybe?
I'll have to look into that.
I'm pretty sure that's what Scally said. That's my nickname for him. Scally.
Oh. Man in the Mask?
Yeah, the man in the mask.
Man, do you hear how horny William Regal is when he comes out and talks to Excalibur? Do you hear what he said tonight? He's calling like his little peach or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
He says he's like scrumptious, like, oh no. He called him Rice Krispies, like his Rice Krispie treat, and he like Snap Crackle Pop or something. He always says he's scrumptious and yummy to eat or something like that. I don't know. William Regal's real horny for the Man in the Mask.
Yeah, for some reason I blocked that part out, I guess. I don't know if that was selective on my part or...
It's very interesting.
But yes, on the books, Page versus Moxley. Page got a huge pop when he came out here, by the way. BT dub for all those listening that didn't watch it. Now, Vito, let me get your take on this.
I'm sure you mean Juice, right?
Well, no. When Page came out after the match.
Oh.
Hangman.
Oh, Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah.
You're confusing me.
So many pages. Diamond Dallas Page, I don't know.
Yeah. Ethan Page.
Do you like when they announce matches like this? Like when it's like not, you know what I mean? When it's just like, I guess they do it pretty much every week for every show, but like.
I don't mind it.
Just announcing them.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't mind it.
I love it.
Yeah, I have no problems with it. Something happens, something goes down, throw it out there. Get her done.
It seems like every WWE match, I mean, it's been a little different recently, but it's always like a call out thing. Everything's got to be like a call out, and we agree.
Not every match has got to mean something.
Well, every match I think can mean something, but and this kind of, just to take it a step further, do you think that a wrestling promotion could get away with like a straight UFC style presentation where there's like really no angles? They announce the matches, they have the matches, some shit happens, some stuff happens, after the match, someone cuts a promo or whatever after the match, and that's it. No other drama. You know what I mean? Like, just drama that's facilitated in like the after-match call out, and then like, during press conferences or whatever, you could do that, too. Do you think something like that could work?
I don't know. Probably. I think
something like that would be awesome. I don't know, people think it might be too boring or whatever, but I think if you did it right, the presentation of it would be awesome. It'd be like, like UFC, but better. You know what I mean? Like, people love UFC in the way it's presented. Why can't you present a wrestling product just like that, but better?
You want it like in ring, or like when they go back through the curtain?
Either or, they could do both. Sometimes it would be, right,
I like when they go
match.
back through the curtain, come back to the curtain like all out of breath, have someone there. Yeah, what'd you think about your,
right?
I like that.
Yeah, and they do hype videos and stuff like that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of the hype videos are not bad, for like those UFC shows. If you're watching like the big pay-per-views, it's like, all right, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this fight, dude. And you don't even really know. And that's how I watch UFC. Like, I really don't know much about it. But it's like if I find myself watching the pay-per-view that weekend, it's like All right, the video package explains enough to me about the two dudes, and all right, well, let's see a match. Let's see a fight. You know what I mean? Like, you don't
Yeah.
need more than that sometimes. I don't know. I just think it'd be interesting to do something like that. Speaking of video packages, to do a Bandito hype video, which was pretty good. Then they recapped the Saraya debut last week. Not Saraya, Saraya. Don't get it wrong, or she'll get mad at you. And then we get her coming out for a promo, which was a train wreck.
Train. It's the wreckiest of all trains.
I was thinking.
She looked so lost out there.
Right?
So lost.
Yeah, I felt so bad.
So she's like, I'm lost. Let's bring everybody out here. I want to profile all the girls in the locker room. There's 4.
Right. Well, I think that's probably what she was supposed to do, but getting there was rough, and she even admitted that she was like, she just didn't even know. And I was thinking to myself, she's probably never done an unscripted promo since she was like, a teenager, like years ago before she came to WWE. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably been that long since she did something unscripted. So
yeah,
it was a little out of her wheelhouse. If you bring, and like you mentioned, she brings out the women, the face women from the locker room. She starts to hype up Toni Storm. Then the heel women come out, led by Britt Baker, who also had a train wreck of a promo. Vito, I mean, I feel like I'm not doing a good enough job of crapping on this segment. I really don't want to. Help me out here.
No, I'm in the same boat as you. I don't want to go too hard on it, but it was painful. It was painful to watch. I was supposed to hear my first feeling for Saraya. I was supposed to get my first feel of who she was going to be in AEW, and I got trash. I got nothing.
She was able
somehow she was connected to the Deep Storm match, and it was connected in the worst way possible. I mean, you put newly signed Sky Blue out there for nothing. You got Paige Saraya out there, and the only person she talked about was a champion. She didn't talk about Willow Nightingale or Sky Blue or Madison Rain, for God's sakes. Madison Rain was out there. Beautiful people.
This thing was a mess.
It was awful.
I really just...
It was awful.
This is so bad. I had to go out and have a cigarette after this. I just really could not, I debated even continuing the show. No, it wasn't that bad, but...
So here's the thing. Let me just get my thoughts out about this. So they make a lumberjack match, right? Okay.
I went out after this, so you're gonna have to take me
Let me
through
do
this.
this.
I mentioned.
Let me handle this.
I missed this whole Deeb Toni Storm deal.
Okay, so they bring out Deeb. Okay. By the way,
right.
I'm liking Deeb these days.
She's fine.
They make it a lumberjack match. Saraya gets on commentary. Taz calls it a lumberjill match. Paige, Saraya freaks out. I'm gonna get Paige out of there. Okay, I'm gonna take it out of my vocabulary.
One of these days.
Actually, I'm only just gonna call it Adam Hangman from now on. That's it.
Right.
And Diamond Dallas. I'm just gonna get rid of the word.
So
just
many
gonna say
pages
Ethan.
of the book.
Yeah. All right. So Saraya yelled at Taz, "It's a lumberjack match. We're inclusive here at AEW."
Wow.
He's like, she says it's not lumberjill, it's lumberjack. I'm like, okay, cool. So they had her on commentary. She didn't say much at all. She barely said anything, which is perfect for you because you don't like that extra voice. But she
They're
didn't say
always
much.
adding
And
that extra voice.
yeah. So the finish.
All
Let's
right.
talk about the finish. Did you
Okay.
see the finish
I didn't see
of
any
the
of this,
match?
so you're going to
Okay.
have to take me through it.
So the WWE banned a move recently. You've heard of this? Pile driver has been banned.
No, I did not hear about
Yeah.
this.
I don't know
Okay.
if that's I don't know if I haven't seen words from WWE exclusively. This is what we say, but that's the word on the sheets. Is the pile driver's been banned?
Okay.
Tony Storm gets Serena Deeb up in the corner on the second rope and pile drives her off the second rope
Oh my
into
God.
the ring and pins her for the win. I'm like,
So the most,
dude.
one of the most dangerous variations you can do.
I was like, they're like, avalanche pile driver. I was like, Triple H just shit himself. Oh man. Anyway, those are my notes for
That's not a
what
good look,
what I
especially.
was wanting to be my first interaction with Saraya. Anyway,
We still didn't
good
get any
finish.
kind of clarity on whether she's wrestling or not. She didn't
Nope.
come out and say that.
Nope. She wasn't one of the lumberjacks.
I think she may have just conned Tony Khan out of some money, but that remains to be seen.
She wore a really cool jacket.
That was cool, and her music's great.
Yeah.
Love the theme song. But yeah, so I got back. I don't know if I missed anything else, but
The tag champs were next. Backstage video with the tag champs.
oh, okay. It was okay. So it was a pre-taped promo or like a video package.
No, it was a pre-tape promo. They were back there
Okay.
with somebody, and Keith Lee walked up and said, um, Swerve's not here. I was going to congratulate you guys, but then I found out that old Billy here helped you guys win. And so it was kind of awkward there for a minute. And I told you, I knew that Billy thing was going to come back. I thought it was a stupid mistake for the over faces to have a manager help them with the finish win.
Right.
But we'll see what happens.
They'll forget about that detail going forward, but I was going to ask you, yeah, because I didn't see this.
They brought it up. Keith Lee said Swerve's mad he's not here, and I didn't know. He said basically I was going to congratulate you until I was told and I saw that Billy Gunn helped you guys win. So,
I know they only have so much time, but I would have liked to have seen them get the Acclaimed in front of the crowd for this, but I guess they're saving that for Rampage. But, first Dynamite after winning the titles, you think they would want to be on there, but
AEW does that a lot.
Right.
And they're criticized for it a lot too. Thunder Rosa was pissed off when she won the women's championship. They didn't put her on Dynamite the week after.
Yeah.
She was very angry at that. Is this something AEW does? They don't really put any importance on putting the champion on. I mean, some champions like Jericho had his celebration thing, but tag champs, women champ, it's just if something comes up, they'll do it. If not, the thing.
It's got to be an on purpose aesthetic, by Tony, just to kind of differentiate the product a bit,
Yeah.
Just kind of one of those little details that he believes is important. So, that's how they're going to do it for the most part.
And the next thing was another video package of Andrade family office problems.
Okay.
You happen to run across that one?
I came in, and when I came in, it was some sort of Matt Hardy promo going on.
Okay,
so I guess
yeah.
I missed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so no, that was it. That was the end of that. So that was
Okay.
basically Private Party and Butcher and the Blade arguing about what happened at that Battle Royal on Rampage. I think it was Rampage, right? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember if it was Rampage or Dynamite. Anyways, they had a big squabble, Matt Hardy and Private Party hugged in that match or whatever. So there was a big thing, and then Matt Hardy came up and said, get out of that, and we can be homies again. Not the same way I was before, but a new Matt Hardy. And I wrote down here, no money Matt instead of big money Matt.
No.
No money Matt.
That would be good.
So that's what happened there.
Love Matt Hardy. I hope he's able to reinvent himself again into something. Whatever he's doing now, I don't think that this is quite it. Now, next week is National Scissoring Day, though. But before we get to that, we get a Ricky Starks squash match.
Yeah, I wrote down Jobber McGee until I found out his actual name. His name is Eli Isom. He's a Ring of Honor guy.
Well, hey, just to let you know, squash matches aren't just for monsters, all right? I love to see this.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah. It seems like it's always, it's some monster getting the squash. Like, no, just sometimes roll in and just beat the guys up, in 10 seconds. And that's what would be so great about those old, 80s, NWA shows, That was, literally the whole show. Is the stars coming out and, kicking a jobber's ass for a minute and then doing a promo. You know what I mean? The Road Warriors would come out, clothesline a bunch of dudes, some poor bastards that they brought in that week, to get killed. And then they'd do their promo, and then the Horsemen would come out and do the same thing. So it's squash matches are for everyone, man, not just the monsters.
Exactly.
Love to see it.
So this Eli Isom guy, do you know him?
I do not. Do you know his story?
I got a couple facts here up on the Ring of Honor website.
Couple little factoids. Okay, so this is a Ring of Honor holdout.
In Ring of Honor history is when he pinned Christopher Daniels.
Huh. Okay.
Let's see here. Him, Chucky T, and Kenny King defeated SoCal Uncensored in the finals of the Gauntlet match to earn a shot at the ROH six-man tag titles. So that's pretty good. So those are the 2 wins he's got. So good for him.
So they tried to do some stuff with the guy, it sounds like. Be interesting
and he
to
lost
see if
in
he sticks it around.
48 seconds to what's his nickname? What is it? I just had it.
All Ego. No.
Absolute.
Yeah, Absolute.
All Ego is Ethan Page.
Right.
Absolute.
So many nicknames, so little time. Well, Vito, main event time.
Speaking of nicknames, hold on a second.
Okay.
Speaking of nicknames, we have a package here of Christian and Luchasaurus, and who they're now officially calling Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Okay.
I just threw my pen if you can't see me.
Smooth transition.
JR has been calling him Jack Perry, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, since the beginning. And I said, you're the only one calling him that, JR. Stop it. It's going to stick. Sure as enough. Now everyone's calling him Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
It was a premonition. He was setting him up for him to knock him down.
Eventually, that Jungle Boy thing's just going to go away. He's just going to be Jack Perry. And then they're going to WWE him. Just, ladies and gentlemen, Jack.
Please, God, no, with that.
Anyway, main event time.
Don't you know everyone's getting their names back now in WWE? So maybe AEW will go to the reverse of that.
Yeah.
But yes, Jericho, Bandito, ROH title. This match was awesome.
Ian Riccaboni on commentary.
Right, and the announcer.
Bobby Cruz.
Bobby Cruz, no relation to Chris Cruz, I don't think, but...
Or Ted Cruz.
Please God, not Ted Cruz. Taz calls the ROH belt gorgeous. I thought it looked like a piece of, like a tin can that was flattened out.
The last one was gorgeous.
Right.
This one looks like shit.
They need some new belts. They get this
This
TV
is a new
deal.
belt.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like they just did this.
This is not Tony's belt, but this is recently unified, like,
okay,
not that long ago. Yeah.
Well, it's
fine. They chose this belt.
They still need a new belt.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to go back, is what they need to do.
Something, man. These look bad. I don't know, like, just the quality of them does not look, like what it should be. But yeah, hopefully they get that TV deal so they can get some new belts. Man, Bandito looked awesome here. Did all kinds of really cool stuff to get up, build up the face momentum there at the beginning. Jericho, when he can work as like a straight face like this, and it's not like a weird like Moxley match, you almost forget how good Jericho can be just like as a straight up heel, which is what he got to do in this match. So loved it.
There's a couple of things that I had a problem with.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a couple spots I had a problem with.
Okay.
One, Bandito was standing middle of the ring. Jericho ran to the top rope. Bandito stood there, holding like a gun towards Jericho. Jericho jumped off the top rope. Bandito, I think it was like a super kick thing. Got him right in the chops. I'm like, why did you do that? He was standing there the whole time. He watched you climb up there. He waited. He pointed at you as you're jumping down. It was like I didn't know what was going on. I wrote it down immediately.
Yeah,
And then right after that
is one of those lucha type spots, I guess.
Right after that is when I want to get your opinion on this because I'm not sure exactly how I felt about it.
Okay.
What did you think about holding him for a minute before hoisting him up further and dropping him down in that vertical suplex?
The suplex?
Yeah. Was
it a minute?
It was a minute.
Was it a whole minute?
Just about, yeah. Pretty damn close.
An impressive feat of strength by Bandito. You line up the two together, he looks like, Jericho's not like a tall guy by any means, and he was like towering over Bandito, so he definitely had the weight on him. So pretty strong.
Yeah, it was crumpling his body
like that,
and he was able to push it up at the last minute to drop him. So it was impressive.
I love that spot. Whenever anybody does that, the stalling suplex reminds me. Someone probably did it before him, but it reminds me of Davey a lot. He would do that spot. Back in the day, growing up, Davey Boy Smith.
This
is a different variation of it, of course. Do you think
that one was too long?
No.
No?
It was fine. Dude, the band, people really wanted Bandito to go over here. Like, they bought that he could win this match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
like his near falls and everything, like, people were thinking, okay, well, they could put the title on Bandito. Maybe they thought they made a mistake, with the Jericho deal. But obviously that was not a mistake. The moonsault fall away slam deal, that was awesome.
That was nice.
I did
Best
like
fall
that.
away slam I've seen.
Right?
That German suplex thing he did.
Yes.
I've never seen Bandito wrestle. Maybe one match, but it was like an 8-man match.
Right.
But I guess that's one of his patented moves.
Right.
That's amazing. That was amazing.
That's straight up lucha stuff right there too. You know what I mean? It reminds me a lot of like like the 619. Just how it's like it's a move that's a whole sequence.
Yeah.
That's the finishing
His GTS
move.
thing is weird.
Right.
Too
Yeah.
much.
Right.
Too
Yeah.
much.
No, he gets really good near falls. But then Jericho like pokes his eyes and ends up moving his mask.
The finish. I love that. Moves his mask down instead of tearing it off. He just moves it down just a tiny bit. First of all, did you mention the nose?
Was he bleeding from his nose?
Yeah.
Is that what
his
that
nose
was?
Busted open. It just his mask just started gushing blood out of it. It's like it was kind of distracting. It was just red half the match.
Yeah, I forgot what spot that was after.
It's off of Jericho, and I was like, no, Jericho's good. It's coming through his mask.
Yeah.
And it's kind of gross.
So many people getting accidental broken noses in this company. You know what I mean?
Anyway.
A broken nose a week is what we're averaging here in AEW, folks.
Yeah. Yeah. Britt was last week.
They need one of those signs, like the workplace signs, where it's like, 0 days without an accident.
Britt was last week.
7 days without a broken nose.
And Ruby Soho was a week before that.
Right.
So, yeah, we're averaging a nose a week, dude.
All elite broken noses.
Yeah, so can't see. Jericho knocks him down. Actually, Jericho gets him in walls. He rolls him up, right?
Right.
Rolls him up for a near fall.
Well, they did the wall spot earlier, and then he ends up ending it with the lion tamer. I didn't really detail out.
Yeah.
That
he goes for the
spot,
walls when he can't see, and as he's getting ready to turn it, Bandito rolls him up for a near fall, and then when he comes back around, he still can't see. So then he gets the lion tamer, and he couldn't. What's funny is they're pointing out that he couldn't see, but he was like really close to the ropes. Like he could have reached out and grabbed the ropes, but he couldn't.
But he just couldn't see.
He couldn't see.
The damn
man who can't see can't fight.
The damn Bandito was in his face. Bandito's Bandito.
Bandito's Bandito, blocking his vision.
It's like just getting crushed by 2 tons of irony, like the coach in dodgeball.
Oh man. If you can catch a wrench, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Patches O'Houlihan.
Oh man.
So Jericho gets the win with the lion tamer. He cuts a promo afterwards saying he's going to destroy every Ring of Honor champion, everything about the legacy. He's going to destroy it one by one.
He's going to destroy referees, commentators, wrestlers.
He attacked the ring announcer there, Bobby
Cruz ate one hell of an elbow, dude.
Right.
He ate that elbow.
I think his nose got broken.
No, maybe next week.
Well, Big Vito team, my man, that's the direction for this Jericho thing, I suppose, is we're going to have him, looks like a lengthy run with the title while he wrestles all these different ROH guys. He called out Danielson, so that'll be the first one, I guess, and
And I didn't know this, but he's the 37th Ring of Honor champion.
Okay. I'm 37 years old, so.
Me too.
Makes me feel awesome.
Word up. That match went 18-21.
You know, it did not feel like an 18-minute match. It felt like 5 minutes less than that. So that's the mark of a good match.
I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that a lot more than the Juice Mox match.
So what do we got? We got Danielson, we got Joe, we got Jay Lethal. I mean, there's a lot of guys that he could do these matches with. I mean, maybe a Punk if he ends up coming back, you could do that, but you know, I don't
Adam
see
Cole.
that happening. Adam Cole's a former ROH champion too. Okay, yeah. I miss Adam Cole, man. I keep waiting for him to come back any week. I think he could liven up the show a little bit.
I think he put on social media that he was coming back soon.
Well, dang it! I've been waiting for it the last couple weeks to hear that music hit. So we'll have to see on that. You know, I mean, O'Reilly, once he gets better, if he comes back, I think he was an ROH champion for a minute.
I think so
possibly.
too. Yeah. I'm into
Daniels. I mean, there's a lot of guys they could dig up. Low key, the first champion. They could dig him up from wherever he's at.
I'm into that.
You know, there's a lot of good stuff. So overall, Big Vito team, my man, what are we rating this one?
Oh man. Well, I don't want to be too harsh on it because I'm not too happy with it. I wasn't 100% into this. There was a lot of down for me.
Overall, it kind of feels like it's one that could have been phoned in, right? I mean...
Yeah, I'm going to go 3. I'm not going to do too high or too low. I'm going to give it a 3.
Okay. That's fair. I'm going to lean more of a 2.75. I'm going to mark it down just a little bit more. I got to come in lower than you for whatever reason. You know, it's kind of like a competition.
It's a thing. You can't like it more than me.
I can't. Well, sometimes, maybe. I think that's happened a couple times where I was like, yeah, no, I really loved this show. And you're like, yeah, it was all right. It was pretty good. That has happened a couple times, but it doesn't happen often. Just a little
Dalton
bit less.
Castle was the ROH champion in 2017, and Roosh was a world champion too. So,
well, there we go. There's 2 more guys. They need to get Dalton Castle involved. He's a good act.
Well, him and the boys are signed officially.
Really?
Eddie Edwards. Ooh, he's a Impact guy.
Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards. Possibly. Davey Richards is back. He's awesome. Haven't really seen his work recently, but I'm sure he could still go. So yeah, that's it. That's all we have for you folks. Make sure you're following, subscribing, doing all that good stuff wherever you're listening to us or watching us at. We appreciate it. We love you. And we're going to be back
for the fans.
We're going to be back doing it soon, right?
That's right. Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever we're doing it. Who knows?
You're right.
You got to check the dates.
Dynamite just, Tony Khan just decides he's going to change the nights all of a sudden sometimes. So there you go. But we'll get more on that. Big Vito T, my man, pwplanet.com. Let's take this thing out and give me some Too Sweet.
It's a new era.
It's a new era for the Pro Wrestling Planet podcast, brother. The new world era.